All right, you guys seem to be a little bit of a math crowd, and I've got a math joke, and it's a timely one if I do say so myself, because we're going back to standard time tomorrow. And I like daylight savings time better, you guys, I do. But you know how they say you gain an hour when we set the clocks back? That's not really true, but I came up with a plan where you really do gain an hour, and it's called daylight driving time, and here's how it works. You drive 95 miles an hour in a 65-mile-an-hour zone for 205 miles. You have picked up an hour, yeah? That's the good news. The bad news is you're in Wyoming, but, you know, you're an hour ahead, so. But I do go for a lot of walks, and I've walked around this town today, Provo, and it's very nice here. But this happens to me wherever I go, you guys, whether it's a city or town, you know, whatever. At least once during the weekend, a car will slow down and yell at me, you know? Not the cars themselves, but I mean, people in the cars, right? And what they yell 99 times out of 100 is get a job. That was funny over there. That's good. No, but, I thought about it. It's like I have a job. I support comedy clubs, restaurants, airlines, wherever I go. So now when a car slows down and yells, get a job, I start running alongside the car. And I look over and I'm like, but I have a job. And it freaks out the driver, you know? He's like, it's not supposed to happen like this. I'm supposed to yell at the weirdo and he's supposed to go back in the alley. How is he running 40 miles an hour? I'll tell you, I can run 40 miles an hour because I'm a bodybuilder. And, yeah, thanks. You should see me when I'm all oiled up. But I am. I'm a bodybuilder, and I am selling a workout tape after this. It's an audio, so... I don't know if you have a cassette deck, but if you do, you can have a body like mine. And I'm not going to lie, it's a cassette series, so there's a lot of work on there. But there's some downtime on some of those cassettes, you know. It's just me going, hey, let's rest for a while. This is only tape 1. Yeah. Tape 2, we're looking for a lighter the whole tape, so... That's cardio. Man, I really like where you guys laugh. Sometimes you're there, and other times you're like, no, it's cool. But I'm selling those afterwards, and I'm having a special. If you buy an audio tape, I will throw in a couple of Forever stamps with every purchase. All my money is tied up in Forever stamps. I made some horrible investments in 1989, and I have warehouses full of Forever stamps. Across the United States. So see me afterwards. Now, you guys seem to like the walking jokes, so I have some more walking jokes. This one takes place in San Antonio, Texas. San Antonio, Texas. Very historical, you know, like the Alamo's right there. The club I'm working at's one block on this side of the Alamo. The hotel I'm staying at's one block on the other side of the Alamo. So I'm always walking back and forth in front of the Alamo, you know? Not like I'm on patrol. Like, this isn't going to happen again on my watch, you know? So, there's a Ripley's, believe it or not, right across from the Alamo. And the first day I'm in town, I run into Ripley's and go, I don't believe it. And that made him mad. They threw me out of Ripley's, and now I'm on a watch list, believe it or not, and I cannot go to any Ripley's, believe it or not, in North America, you know? And honestly, it really hasn't come into play yet, but maybe one day. So anyway, thank you, another new person, welcome aboard. But no, I'm walking this way, and there's like a rancher-looking guy walking towards me, right? And I see him, and I'm just like, hey, there's a rancher-looking guy. I wasn't like all freaked out, like, oh no, there's a rancher-looking guy. I was just like, hey, there's a rancher-looking guy, yeah? So I'm walking this way, And as the rancher-looking guy and I cross, he says to me, "Hey, girl." So that voice in my head just says, "Hey, keep walking, you know." So I walk a few more steps, and then he says it again, "Hey, girl." So now I'm kind of flattered, you know. So I turn around, and he's flexing, and he says to me, "What do you have to say for yourself?" And I'm like, "What kind of women have you been dating?" Apparently you're into Czechoslovakian pole vaulters. And then he started chasing me, and I outran him, and I said, "Hey, a woman beat you in a foot race." You guys are making me laugh, man. That's great. "A woman beat you in a foot race. How does that make you feel?" And he said, "Not very good." And then I ran into Ripley's and said, "You're never going to believe this." All right. I'm going to have a little sip of water here. All right. Like I say, you guys seem to like the walking jokes, so here's another one. This one takes place in Virginia Beach, Virginia, right? And it's the same kind of deal. I'm there for like 3 or 4 days doing shows. I'm walking, it's broad daylight. I'm crossing this road called Independence Boulevard, which is a big road, you know, 2 lanes, a median, 2 more lanes. Not my first time crossing a big road. I mean, I'm from Colorado, but I don't go, "Hey, my chakras are aligned. I'm going to step off the curb here and see what happens," you know? So I'm walking, and I have the light and everything. I get across the 2 lanes. I get across the median, and then I'm in the 3rd lane, and these cars won't let me cross, you know? So now it's like a weird game of Frogger. But I feel good because I can look both ways when I cross. I should do nothing but eye jokes. That should be the title of this special. Nothing but eye jokes. But I don't have that many eye jokes. So now it's getting serious, and it counts down to like 5, 4, 3, and it gets to 2, and I throw my arms up in disgust, you know? And then that car stops, and I get across the 4th lane, and then that car makes a right, and there's a Walmart trucker with a big trailer, and he makes the right, and then as he's making the right, I see the passenger side window going down, and I'm like, he's going to yell at me. And sure enough, he did, and he said, "It said don't walk, you idiot." So I started running alongside the truck. And I looked over, and it said, "But it did say walk." And he started throwing Oreo cookies at me because he was mad, and then I started catching them and eating them, you know? And I said, "All you're doing is carbo loading me. I'll run you all the way to the coast." All right, that was fun.